Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Tables, Ladders, and Chairs. I'm your host, Eric, joined as always by my co host, T. T, how are you tonight?
Doing all right.
Yeah, good to hear. Sorry about the tardiness, folks. My computer almost went for a flight out of my window, along with about half of my other furniture. Um, as everybody who's been a fan of any of the Philly Sports Alliance podcasts knows, we always have technical difficulties, and I always take them in stride. And this was no different. So anyway, let's move on, I guess, and talk a little bit the Royal Rumble. We are officially on the road to WrestleMania. Saturday night, I felt like it was a good show. I don't know how, if you felt the same way. I felt like it was a good show, very entertaining, good matches. The one part I will be critical, it was predictable. Like, for example, in the Brock Lesnar Bobby Lashley match, the second that the referee went down when Lesnar delivered the F5 to Bobby Lashley, I knew exactly what was going to happen. Roman Reigns was coming out. He was going to spear Bobby Lashley. I'm sorry, spear Brock Lesnar. That'd been cool if he'd speared Bobby Lashley. Um, thus forming the team of Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar. Good luck stopping that team. But costing Brock Lesnar the WWE Championship, and then later on, of course, Brock enters the Royal Rumble as number 30, winning the Royal Rumble, and now ensuring that we're going to get Brock Lesnar Roman Reigns for the, I believe, 417th time in their careers. And it will once again headline WrestleMania. First off, your thoughts on both championship matches and then Lesnar winning the Rumble.
That Universal title match, since that was the first match on the card, that was a good match.
Yeah, it was. I would agree with that.
And Seth Rollins playing mind games with the Shield entrance, love it.
Yes.
That was a interesting finish, though, to have Reigns get himself
Basically
disqualified.
snap. Yeah.
Yeah, give Rollins a free nap.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, where does Rollins go from here, though?
Yeah, I'm not sure what they're setting him up for as far as WrestleMania were to go.
I mean, technically, though, Rollins did end Reigns' undefeated streak since coming back.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Yeah,
and
by DQ. Yeah.
and the other title match,
Mm-hmm.
also good. What's not good about two 300-pound muscle dudes going at it?
Yeah, the match itself, I really enjoyed. I thought they did a really good job with it.
As well as the intro vignette thing, the whole
Mm-hmm.
Forged by Steel thing. That was cool and all.
Yeah, yeah.
But,
Yeah,
like,
I'll say the only knock I have on it was the predictableness of, as soon as the referee goes down, okay, there's some underhanded chicanery going on. Lashley's going to win the title, and then Brock's going to enter the Rumble.
yeah, it just would have been nice if it was a straight up match, or hey, whatever. It's WWE.
Well, yeah, I mean, look, underhanded chicanery, that stuff that goes with the territory.
Yeah. But hey, let the record book show. Brock Lesnar, Bobby Lashley defeated Brock Lesnar for the
Yes, he
WWE
did.
title.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Bobby Lashley, now in an elite company, a multiple time WWE champion. And I mean, there's something to be said for that. I think it was a good way to kind of maneuver. 'Cause, with the way we were laying it out before, both champions just retain their titles at the Royal Rumble. Neither one enters the Rumble match, and so like, how do you have title for title at WrestleMania unless it's in a triple threat? And that I don't think they wanted to put anybody else there. They wanted it to be Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, and that's what's going to happen. They're going to face each other at WrestleMania. And now we know that Brock Lesnar is going to be included in the Elimination Chamber, that Brock Lesnar is probably going to win the WWE title back at the Elimination Chamber. The whole point was just to free him of the championship long enough for him to win the Royal Rumble, so that then when he is WWE champion, it can be champion versus champion at WrestleMania.
We're only we just started February.
Yeah,
I think this is like the third time Brock Lesnar is going to be in a WWE title match.
I
Second or
know.
third or fourth or something. I lost count.
He wins the WWE title at day one, loses at the Royal Rumble, and he's gonna win. I would assume. Well, he's in the Elimination Chamber. Gosh, this will be this will be his third match, and we're only 2 months into the year. Settle down, Brock. Settle down. You are setting an unbelievable work rate here.
Working overtime.
That's got to be costing Vince McMahon a pretty penny. And if you think about it, he's wrestled now already in this year, 2022, 3 times on 2 events.
uh,
Because there's only been 2 events so far. He's wrestled at both of them and has wrestled 3 times. So how about that for all you guys out there who say Brock Lesnar doesn't work enough? Like myself.
he's going Employee of the Year.
Yeah, Brock Lesnar, the hardest working man in all of wrestling. Okay, so your thoughts on do you like Brock Lesnar winning and the setup that they now have? Like, it looks like this is going to be to unify the belts, and I've been saying all along, if it means unified locker rooms, one champion, then I'm all for it. You think that's what we're getting at?
I mean, yeah, I guess. I mean, unless they have Lesnar not win in the chamber, which would be interesting.
It would be an interesting twist if you had Roman cost him the WWE Championship, and so then it's now Roman and Lesnar just for the Universal title. And maybe you could add like Bobby Lashley, Seth Rollins for the WWE title.
Yeah, because I mean, as of right now, Rollins, other than the chamber, doesn't really have anything going on.
Yeah, he has nothing. He's not really projected anything for. Now, granted,
I mean,
we're
same for
early.
other guys, really, except for Lesnar, of course.
Yeah, really, none of them have much else going on. Well, it seems we're getting a clear picture of what the men's main event, and I would assume night two's main event is going to be, and that's Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns for the WWE title and Universal titles. My question now, first off, you called it. It's a story that broke first right here on the Tables, Ladders, and Chairs podcast by T, and he announced that Ronda Rousey among the potential surprise entrants. And kudos to you for breaking that story. You and your great sources. Think about the things that have happened in the Philly Sports Alliance. The old man broke the story of Andrew Luck's retirement from the NFL, and T broke the story on Ronda Rousey being in the Royal Rumble. That's our story, and we're sticking to it.
I'll take any and all credit.
You deserve all the credit. It all goes to you. So your reaction when Ronda Rousey came back?
Even though I was half expecting it, it was still a good surprise.
Yeah, I have to say, like in my house, that got a genuine pop from me. A genuine surprise pop. I don't know if it
And
was necessarily Road Warrior esque pop, but it was a pop.
and of course, I was doing shots for every surprise entrant. And well,
Oh God, how did you
for
survive
that
the
women's
Royal
rumble,
Rumble?
did a couple shots.
Yeah, you did.
I mean, even for the ones that are already announced.
Oh, so you still did those as well? See, I kind of felt like the ones that were
Well,
announced surprise entrants, although I still did a shot when Mickey James,
yeah,
you know,
did
came out with
just did it
those.
for the big ones like Mickey James.
Yeah, and with her coming out wearing the Impact Knockouts Championship.
Yeah, and her Impact Music.
Yeah, the hardcore country. That was cool.
Yeah, I was wondering what music are they gonna have her come
I
to?
figured they were going to have her use her WWE music, but
Well,
I was happy they did hardcore country.
it's definitely opening the forbidden door. Hopefully, it'll stay open.
I would love a little bit of that. I wonder, like, if WWE had to make any kind of agreements. I know if you've ever watched Something to Wrestle with Bruce Pritchard, he talked about when they brought Ric Flair over from TNA in order to get him to be part of the Four Horsemen induction. They had to send Christian over to Impact or to TNA to work for them for a while. And I think that's what really drew the relationship between Christian and TNA. So, like, I wonder what kind of concessions WWE has made or is going to make as it relates to the use of Mickey James and including the Impact Knockouts Championship. I wonder if there's going to be like an appearance from some of the wrestlers, like, or maybe even like I wonder, like they've replaced the United States and Intercontinental titles since when Zack Ryder won. I know, like part of the thing is they've been doing this thing with Matt Cardona. Now, granted, I am months behind in my viewing of Impact Wrestling, but he's trying to become world champion there, at least in the episode I was just watching, which is from early December. Which I'm trying to wonder which I'll get caught up on first, Impact Wrestling or when New Japan Pro Wrestling starts again on Access TV. If I'll catch up on that before I catch up on Impact. Granted, they always run like a month or two behind on their programming.
I haven't heard anything from New Japan as of
Yeah,
late.
New
Not
Japan is going to be on if you have Access TV or if you can get Access TV. March 4th, it'll be on. It starts again on Access.
mm,
So I'm very excited. I love New Japan. New Japan Pro Wrestling, in my mind, is the best on WWE programs, including AEW. I said it. Don't at me. But yeah, I think that New Japan, like some of the guys they have there, man, Tanahashi, Tatsuya Naito, um, why can't I think of the guy who's their Kazuchika Okada is like Okada does a short arm clothesline as his finisher, but does like a twist on it, and it basically like becomes like this devastating move. And yeah, I look forward to being able to watch that. I'm hoping that I get some Okada versus Sonata matches again. That may be my favorite rivalry in New Japan. Yeah, I tried to stay up on them. They were off Access TV for I guess about 2 years, and I've tried to kind of keep up with them. Of course, they shut down with the whole COVID thing.
Mm.
Yeah, that's been fun. And but I imagine they're in the midst of their G1 tournament, or they're just about to start it. I think, but they're supposed to start with the Wrestle Kingdom airings, which are usually in January. So they'll be about when they do air, they'll be about 2 months behind what's going on now. But I look forward to watching. I know they always do like a show. Well, they used to do a show with Ring of Honor, um, where they work together. Um, I forget what they called those shows now. I'll have to message one of my buddies who's big time into like. Although Ring of Honor, I want to say closed their doors or at least temporary halted operations. Hence the reason why you see Jay Lethal showing up on AEW. Sorry, I'm sorry if I'm rambling about it, but like I'm excited about New Japan. Can't wait to get to watch the G1 again this year.
It
Um,
didn't
yeah,
Ring of Honor close down or something.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I think they closed down. I know they at least temporarily halted operations. I don't know if that means they're closing their doors for good or if they're. I know they've been hit hard, as a lot of companies have been hit hard by by COVID and not being able to run live shows and have fans in attendance. Really, I mean, it's just a shame. A lot of independent promotions went under during that time, and Ring of Honor may be the biggest one. Um, I'll tell you, I really thought there was no way Impact Wrestling was going to survive without the crowd. They did manage to put on some cheap productions like the Wrestle House, which, again, like I said, I was a little behind on my viewing of Impact Wrestling, and I didn't realize that they had one episode where they did Wrestle House too. Fantastic. Am I the only person in the world that loved Wrestle House?
What is Wrestle House?
Okay, so it's like another dimension that what's that crazy woman's name? Um oh god, why don't she's with Decay, if you remember them. Were they in there when you were watching?
No, but I remember the name Decay.
Okay, well, Rosemary, that's her name. Rosemary um is able to transport everybody. First, she wants Johnny Bravo's virgin blood, and so she's trying to marry him in the first Wrestle House. So she's trying to get him to fall in love with her. But it's basically like a reality show on the and like everybody's staying at this house. They can't go anywhere. And oh my god, it's just fantastic. When they would do their match time, Tommy Dreamer would come out and like two people would start arguing about something stupid. It's match time. And they'd go and then all of a sudden everybody get transported out around a ring and somebody would be the referee and um yeah, basically they had these like series of matches and funny little shenanigans.
Is that like
And
a Broken Hardys type thing?
kind of yes, yeah. Um And then at the end of it, which by the way, I loved the Hardy's compound thing too. So at the end of Wrestle House, they finally get Bravo to propose to Rosemary, and then Bravo gets shot. Yes, shot. During the when he's supposed to marry Rosemary, and you come to find out that it was Rosemary trying to get his virgin blood, but like, and she's trying to do it again this time, but only Johnny Swinger, who's supposed to be this like 80s carny guy, um, is like all sad and depressed because he ran this illegal underground casino, and then Impact Wrestling, went for Bound for Glory and then recordings afterwards to Las Vegas, and so he couldn't have his underground casino anymore. He became sad, and Bravo decided he was going to sell his soul to Rosemary in exchange to uh, help lift Johnny Swinger's spirits. And so everybody gets transported to Wrestle House so they can do that.
Okay.
Oh, it's like I'm not doing it justice. It's as cheesy as it sounds, but it was really, really, really entertaining. At least to me, I enjoyed it. Wrestle House was gold. YouTube, Wrestle House, and then Wrestle House 2. Watch both of those. That is your homework assignment. And you could have a long term project. Yes, watch Wrestle House. You will enjoy it. It's fantastic. It's cheesy. It's stupid, but it's awesome.
Okay.
I won't even assign you another match to watch this week. Just watch Wrestle House.
Alrighty.
Okay. Now that now that I've dribbled on and on about Wrestle House, that's what I should have labeled this week if I know we were going to get into that. Again, and now that aired on Thanksgiving, that Wrestle House episode, and I just watched it this past week to give you an idea how far behind I am on Impact Wrestling. Although I've decided I'm giving it until I catch up to decide if I want to keep watching it. Because, I mean, look, I feel like Impact Wrestling is always kind of like on probation with me. Like, I feel like it never really gets a firm grasp on me. Like, occasionally a couple wrestlers draw my interest. Like, I enjoy watching Mickey James matches. I like Eddie Edwards and Josh Alexander. Aside from that, I skip a lot of the other matches. I just fast forward. And, like, well, the last episode I watched of Wrestle House, really enjoyed that, in case anybody couldn't tell. Um, but yeah, I feel like although I like Matt Stryker and D'Lo Brown as the commentators, they're
Deal.
actually fantastic.
Haven't heard that name in a while.
Which one?
Well, both, really.
Yeah, that was the point. Yeah, Stryker and D'Lo, they do such a good job on commentary for them. It used to be Josh Matthews, and I mean now he does their pre-show, the Before the Impact, BTI, and along with the interview announcer, she's really funny and quite cute. Gigi, I think is her name. I don't remember her last name. Obviously, it's made very big impact on me. Pun intended. Okay, so why don't we, in a nice smooth transition, get back into the Royal Rumble? So, both of the Royal Rumble winners, people who were unadvertised for the match, and entrants 28 and 30, respectively. As aside from last year when Edge and Bianca Belair from 1 and 3, respectively. So I like that they're going back to giving the advantage to wrestlers who come in late. Because I feel like they go through that a lot where they try to surprise people, like, oh, entrance number 1, like Shawn Michaels won and Edge won. And of course, there was somebody else I can't think of from number 1. And, Rey
Person
Mysterio,
not
Vince McMahon from number 2. Yeah, we can't think of who that other person from number 1 was. Um, and it's like, okay, well, who won from number 30? They went 2 years in a row with number 30 entrant winning, but that's it. Undertaker, And do you know the other one?
Uh, Cena?
Yep. Very good. John Cena returning from injury to win the 2008 Royal Rumble. And that was it. Nobody else from the number 30 entrant. Undertaker in 2007, John Cena in 2008. To me, it's like if number 30 is supposed to be this great sought after number, shouldn't that person win a lot? Like, shouldn't there be more winners from the number 30 entrant than the number one entrant?
Yeah.
Like, I'd like to see them do that, like, where we go a number of years where it's like, that a late entrant wins. Like, even if it's not 30, 29 or 28, like, that should be the earliest guys are winning from, like, for the next, like, 5 years. Everything all right?
Yeah, I want to check another app on my phone, but I don't know if it'll close this out.
Uh, I don't,
Uh,
well,
I'm gonna
guess we're gonna
test it.
find out, guys. Let's all go in this experiment together.
Am I still on?
You're still here, I think.
Alright.
Wow, this is compelling, guys. All right, he is back.
Alright, so it cuts off my video.
Yeah, you froze there, so I guess that's what
Uh,
happens.
Well, I got food coming in a couple minutes. I'll have to excuse myself.
All right. Well, before you do, I guess if you want, I gave you your assignment, Wrestle House, and you want to give me?
Um, hmm. Well, I guess if we're doing a TNA theme, hmm, I, screw it, House Hardy.
Okay. All right. I will. I
Final
was
deletion
kind of hoping for the
there.
Great War, but all right. Maybe I'll just do both, just so I can talk about because I'm seeing the Great War between the Hardys and Decay. All
And
right.
not the cheap WWE knockoff.
Ugh.
How
Well, all
did
right.
they get handed gold and turn it into crap?
Yeah, I know. It's like the reverse Jesus turning, turning water to or reverse Midas. Yeah, hey, here's some gold. Turn it to shit. All right, everybody, have a great night. We'll be back next week. We'll talk more about the Elimination Chamber and other pending matches. Oh, real quick, Becky Lynch versus Lita at the Elimination Chamber in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. How about that? Didn't see that coming.
Two fiery redheads. I'm all for it. For the red
Hey,
title.
redheads for the red title. Sounds good to me. It'll be fun. All right. Anything to add before we get out of here?
uh, Not really.
All right. Keeping the streak alive. Everyone have a great night and happy wrestling.
See